Weekend Project.
Hello, fellow wood chopperoos. The Big Chopperoo and Safety Dan here.
Hey.
And today's episode is how to make this rustic end table. Now, I did this in about 2 hours. And originally, I was taking photos to do a blog, but I took too many pictures. And instead of redoing the whole thing to make a video, I thought I'd give you a flashback to your elementary school days. And I'm going to show you how to do this by a slide presentation. So cue the lights, sit back, and roll the film. Ooh, Dan, keep your hands to yourself.
Knock it off, man. Someone's going to think you're serious.
This educational lesson brought to you by the friendly folks at Blimmo. Quality items since 1964. The 2-Hour Rustic End Table by the Big Chopperoo. Our story begins with our favorite woodworker, Chad, making a trip over to his local sawmill. At Kincraft, Chad finds a great deal on a $5 bargain bin box that will be perfect for his rustic end table. And of course, the staff at Kincraft is always happy to see Chad and hopes he comes back real soon. With the 2 boards from the $5 bin box and 1 board in his shop, Chad sets out to make his end table. Now, before our woodworker uses any power tools, he takes advice from Safety Dan. Safety Dan gives a friendly reminder to all woodworkers to wear their safety glasses and hearing protection, or he will find and kill you. Chad begins by making a square edge to go against the fence of his table saw. He gets the job done with his jointer hand plane. There on the table saw, the board is ripped lengthwise into 2 pieces. The 2 pieces were cross-cut to make 4 legs, and a pattern was drawn on it, which is cut out on the bandsaw. The legs will have an 8-degree splay, so this is cut on the miter saw. Pay close attention to the alteration of the angles for each side of the legs. Setting the bevel to the same 8 degrees, Chad is going to notch out the legs so the walnut stretcher sits in it. At this point, Chad reminisces of the time with his friend Roy Underhill and decides to continue the project using only his hand tools. Roy always did think very fondly of Chad. Well, maybe not so much. Using a cross-cut tenon saw, Chad cuts the lines he made from the bevel. Using a sharp chisel, he chops away the waste. And continues to pare with the chisel to clean it up. Changing over to a spoke shave, Chad chamfers the corners of the legs to soften the sharp edges. He then glues and clamps the legs to the stretchers and sets it aside to dry. Chad uses his draw knife to gouge and roughen the edges of the top piece, giving a more rustic feel. With the glue all dry, the clamps are removed. Chad bores 3/8-inch holes through the legs into the stretcher. He also adds dowel rods for extra strength. Using the same brace and bit, Chad bores holes into the tops of the legs and inserts dowel centering point pins. He sets the top piece on and presses firmly to transfer the marks. Success! Note the dowel centering pin marks. Using the brace and bit again, he bores holes from those pin marks. Look out! Don't go too far. You don't want to drill all the way through, do you? Chad adds dowel pins and glue to the legs. He will now set the top piece and voila! The end table is now ready for stain and finishing. This completes your lesson on a rustic end table made in 2 hours.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed our little presentation. You know, this is a great little table that you can use to set your books on, set your laptop on.
Or for an ancient Asian tea ceremony. So, what's up, baby?
Well, if you like what you saw today, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Or you can join us on Facebook. And now, follow us on Twitter.
And don't forget about the website where you can read about the blog, get free plans, and so much more. Well, there's one more thing that I gotta do.
Chad, I think it's time for you to dance.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Sit back, enjoy the film, and blah-de-de-blah-blah-blue. That's not even close to right.
got all the way through.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Or, and now, and the simplest thing.
Brett, don't give him a raise. And don't forget about the blog, where you can read... Now I screwed up. I guess I don't get a raise. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Or you can join us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Or you can join us on Facebook. And now I'm probably supposed to say something else.
About Twitter.